Last night, Blake Lively broke her silence regarding the Justin Baldoni drama, appearing on Late Night with Seth Meyers.
Actually, video footage of her pointing.
Blake Lively gliding onto a late night stage, swallowed by a dress so enormous it could audition for its own Marvel movie, all while spinning a sob story that's got Hollywood clapping like trained seals. Nothing screams, "I'm just like you," like a dress that needs its own entourage, right? Blake's late night appearance was billed as her big moment to address the Justin Baldoni drama, but it was more like a masterclass in dodging accountability. She's on a press tour that's less about her movie and more about curating her image as the hero of every woman's story. Meanwhile, Baldoni's career is spiraling into oblivion, and Hollywood's eating her narrative up. Who's buying this?
Andy Signor, and the press tour continues. She seems to be on this tour that's painting herself as a hero for all women.
The setup was classic. Blake, the Golden Girl, sits down with a host who's more comedian than journalist, and the stage is set for softballs. The audience claps on cue, thank you, applause signs, but the vibe's off. This wasn't an interview, it was a performance, and Blake was directing every second of it. Let's talk about that dress. It wasn't a fashion choice, it was a distraction, engineered for the paparazzi shots outside. Blake knows the game. Give the cameras a spectacle, let the headlines write themselves, and skate through the interview without answering anything real. And skate she did. When the host finally nudged toward her intense year, Blake pivoted to her kids, casting herself as a martyr mom who's forced to fake it at Disneyland daily. Save it, Blake. Who's falling for this?
Show after the accusations, and everyone is applauding him. Going, you know, these women are just, it's tough. It's been tough, but you can't believe everything you hear, you know?
Here's where it gets spicy. The host had a chance to grill her on the Baldoni lawsuit. You know, the one where she's painting him as the villain while her legal team sharpens their knives. Instead, we got a detour into gin. Yep, gin. Because nothing screams, "I'm fighting for justice," like debating whose liquor brand made the movie cut. It's like Blake and Ryan Reynolds have a script. Charm, deflect, repeat.
Production clip, which is super awkward. I do have to start and stop a lot because it wasn't on YouTube. I had to go find this elsewhere for you guys to make sure we're offering proper commentary here. But here,
let's break down the strategy. Blake's not just fighting Baldoni, she's fighting for her brand. This lawsuit isn't about truth, it's about control. She's got the media in a chokehold, with insiders whispering that she and Ryan have the industry terrified. Journalists won't touch this story, studios are dodging projects that criticize them, and even talk show hosts are playing it safe. It's a litigious empire, and Blake's the queen.
And then she comes out in her way too big dress. Welcome. But right out the gate, there's just a level of awkwardness because, yeah, the dress doesn't fit his small chairs.
There are certain guests where I'm like, I really should just go back to a suit for tonight. This is a fantastic outfit.
Wear your wedding gown?
That dress? Pure theater. It's not about style, it's about keeping your eyes off the real story. Blake's not here to answer for her actions. She's here to cosplay as a relatable mom while her team buries Baldoni. And the host? He's complicit, tossing out quips instead of questions. You can't help but wonder, who's pulling the strings? Hint, it's not the guy cracking ice puns.
More than for the interview inside.
You know, your husband Ryan has his own line of gin.
Yes.
Is that the gin in the scene?
No.
Really?
No, it is Paul Feig's gin.
The director.
Now, let's talk PR. Blake's lawsuit claims she's too traumatized to function, yet she's dazzling under studio lights, cracking jokes, and posing for photos. If that's suffering, most people would sign up. The real damage is to Baldoni, who's lost his agency, his jobs, his reputation. Meanwhile, Blake's booked for every red carpet from here to eternity. Mixed messages? You bet.
Placement in this time, and even Seth makes a joke about it.
Put his gin in.
The director put his gin in.
Do you have to go home and tell Ryan, like, I have bad news?
No, it was like, baby, I have something to tell you. We're going to talk about it here, and we're going to forget it ever happened.
Gotcha.
Okay?
Hollywood's a game of optics, and Blake's winning. She's not a victim. She's a puppeteer, pulling every lever to keep Baldoni down and herself on top. The feminist hero act? It's a costume, and she's wearing it well. But the real victims are the industry folks too scared to speak out, knowing one wrong word could end their careers.
Yes.
Emily is a changed woman in this movie. She drinks martinis with ice.
That's very exciting.
Which is a big deal.
That is a big deal.
If you saw the first one, you'd understand why it's a big deal. She has beef with ice.
Yes.
You don't need to be a detective to see the holes in her story. The lawsuit's thin, vague claims, no solid evidence, just a lot of trust me, I'm the good guy. Baldoni's got receipts, texts, emails, witnesses, but good luck getting those past Blake's PR machine. She's not just controlling the narrative, she's rewriting reality.
No, I love Ice.
Yeah.
Do you have beef with Ice? So now Seth's even like, oh, so you have beef with everybody, it seems. How about Ice? Do you have beef? I wish you would have said it that way. Everyone seems to have a problem with you. Do you have a problem with Ice?
Then there's the frozen tangent. Blake starts singing about ice making, because apparently that's more urgent than addressing the drama. It's like she's channeling Elsa, hoping we'll all let it go while she sidesteps accountability. The host plays along, but the audience isn't buying it. Their laughter's as sparse as her answers.
Quoting and singing from Frozen, and it even quotes our honest trailer, "We are making ice." We did that in our honest trailer. I was proud of that song. The opening, they make a whole reference to it, seemingly like she saw our song.
Here's where the conspiracy vibes hit hard. Blake and Ryan aren't just celebrities, they're a cartel. Insiders say they've got studios, journalists, even streaming platforms running scared. One misstep, and you're blacklisted. That's why the media's silent, why the host didn't push, why this story's all optics and no substance.
Finally did get to it, and it started based on bringing up her daughters.
Your daughters ever criticize your outfits?
Oh, yeah. No, one of my daughters has the same birthday as Napoleon and Jennifer Lawrence. So if you imagine like those two blended.
Is that Blake's not above weaponizing her family for sympathy. She calls her daughters her lifeline, but the Disneyland line? It's not heartfelt, it's calculated. She's not a struggling mom. She's a strategist, playing the martyr while her nannies handle the heavy lifting. Thank you for the crocodile tears, Blake.
Is that how it works? Is that how birthdays work? You blend?
I think so. I don't know. Because I don't know.
You clearly know because you brought it up. You brought it up. Clearly, well, it's what you think, but you don't. Anything you say isn't real.
The host tried to nudge toward the drama, but Blake shut it down with a vague highs and lows speech. Fear, she says, silences women. Oh, please. The only fear is from the industry. Folks terrified of her lawyers. She's not silenced, she's shouting from every stage, and Hollywood's cheering like it's scripted.
You did this whole lawsuit?
A lot about star signs. I heard someone said the other day that if your son texts you and says like, "Mom, I'm on a date, she's asking me my star sign, what should I say?" And the mom texts back, "Run."
The applause? Orchestrated. The audience clapped when told, but the energy was dead. Blake's charm was DOA. Her jokes flopped, her stories felt rehearsed, and the drama was the only thing keeping eyes on her. Without the Baldoni scandal, this would have been a snooze.
Well, that's something to look forward to.
I wonder where she got that from. She will rule the world with authenticity. You heard her. A leadership. Interesting.
I mean, it'd be fun to have one who's funny.
Yeah. But it is nice though, because they're honestly, I mean, it's no surprise I've had like a pretty intense year and
authoritarian leadership. Nice Freudian slip, Blake. Sounds like she's describing her own playbook. She and Ryan run Hollywood like a dictatorship, and nobody dares cross them. The host, too busy dodging her legal team to call her out.
Honestly, I mean, it's no surprise I've had like a pretty intense year, and like they're just my lifeline. Like no matter what day I'm having, I have to be Disneyland every day for them, and so it's.
They're my lifeline, and then she turned it. You hear how she did that? It's been she sets it up so it's clearly open for now. Seth can bring it in.
Here's the rub. Blake's lawsuit says she's too traumatized to leave the house, yet she's cracking Frozen jokes and slaying red carpets. If that's trauma, I want in. The real victim? Baldoni, who's been erased from the industry while Blake's empire grows? Who's suffering here? Not the woman in the spotlight.
The whole thing is prearranged. And then she can't wait. She sort of lets Seth know, okay, come on, let's get to it. But then she even said, like, they're my lifeline. Oh, they've taken me away. And there's one.
Let's zoom out. This is Hollywood's playbook. Create a scandal. Control the narrative, profit. Blake's not just surviving this drama, she's thriving. The media's complicit, churning out puff pieces while ignoring Baldoni's side. And the evidence? It's not in her favor. Insiders talk of texts, emails, witnesses, but Blake's PR machine buries it all.
It's like I have to pretend to go into Disneyland every day. Oh, it's such a chore for me. It is so hard. It is so hard for me, people. Oh, will you please give me more empathy? Because it's so hard being Blake Lively right now.
What's Blake's endgame? Power. She's not just fighting Baldoni, she's cementing her untouchable status. Every interview, every photo op, every planted headline is a move in her chess game. Ryan's the silent partner, pulling strings from the shadows. Together, they're a force nobody dares challenge.
It says you weren't. The lawsuit says you can't go outside. You're so bothered by it, you can't leave the house, or the kids are affected. It's all very, I'm getting such mixed messages from all this. And
The host's excuse? I'm not informed. Sure, buddy. He knows the score. He's just not dumb enough to risk his show. Late Night's not about truth. It's about ratings. By giving Blake a pass, he's helping her turn this mess into a victory lap. And the audience? They're just props clapping on cue.
images working just fine for you. People are still asking for your autograph, showing up at premieres. You're just forcing it down our throat. We're seeing it everywhere. So hard to see what you're really suffering through.
This isn't just about Blake. It's about Hollywood's power games. Celebrities like her don't just weather scandals. They weaponize them. The media's too scared to dig, the industry's too invested to push back, and the public? We're fed a steady diet of curated nonsense, lapping it up like it's gospel.
The one who's clearly losing things based on your ridiculous accusations.
It's like, it's the best. I mean, it's chaos, but it's yeah.
Yeah.
But the truth's a stubborn thing. Whispers are growing, crew members, insiders, even journalists are starting to talk, despite the fear. Blake's empire looks solid, but it's fragile. One leak, one rogue story, and this whole facade could crumble like a bad sequel.
Other people.
Now, and watching this again, I love how he said that, because that to me is his excuse for why he's not pressing. I'm not as educated on it. And you gotta be clear, this isn't 60 Minutes or some hard-hitting news show. This is, a late night comedy show.
What's maddening is Blake's feminist cosplay. She's not standing up for women, she's standing on them. Real victims don't have her resources, her platform, her power. She's not silenced, she's deafening. And Baldoni? He's the one paying the price for her accusations, with no chance to fight back.
Details, but
I'm thrilled you're not doing Weekend Update right now, because you would be quite informed. So it's good, yeah.
But were I to ask you about it,
the reality is he is. The beginning of his show, A Closer Look, he talks about all sorts of entertainment stories, everything. Of course he knows.
Pop culture check. This is Twilight-level gaslighting. Blake's the dazzling vampire, blinding everyone while Baldoni's left in the dark. Or maybe it's Deadpool. She's cracking wise while the collateral damage piles up. Either way, it's a performance, and we're all just watching her blockbuster. The clip throws it to the audience. Is Blake a victim or a strategist? It highlights Baldoni's evidence, texts, witnesses, buried by her PR machine. The PR move is distraction, betting on charm to keep eyes off the truth. Is this working? The audience's prompted claps feel hollow, suggesting skepticism. Why? Dodge accountability with charisma? The clip pushes viewers to question her narrative, hinting at a saga far from over.
I imagine you're in a situation where you can't say much.
Yeah, I mean, what I can
She can say whatever she wants. She can say whatever she wants.
say without going too into it is that this year has been full of the highest highs. And
Blake's late night spot is about control, not truth, this clip argues. She plays victim while her team buries Baldoni's. Story. The PR strategy is narrative dominance with Hollywood complicit. Is this sustainable? The audience's dead energy hints at doubt. Why prioritize optics over honesty? The clip suggests the truth's out there, waiting for a brave leak. Blake's winning, but the narrative's fragility looms. Vulnerable too. One rogue story Blake
experiences and fear is by design. It's what keeps us silent. But
Fear is from you. Everyone is terrified of you and Ryan.
got more stages to spin this drama into gold, but this clip sees cracks forming. Whispers grow and her empire's shaky. The PR strategy is to keep spinning, but is it enough? The audience's tepid response suggests disbelief. Why double down on optics? The clip frames this as a meltdown, not a frozen fairy tale. Blake's at the heart, but the truth's gaining ground, threatening her narrative's hold.
I also acknowledge that many people don't have the opportunity to speak, so I do feel fortunate that I've been able to. And it's the women who have had the ability to use their voice that's kept me strong and you know, helped me in my belief and my fight for the world to be safer for women and girls. It's a pretty simple thing,
But man, you're screwed.
Blake's reflective pause, thanking her platform, feels sincere but calculated in this clip. Her gratitude for a voice contrasts with those silenced. Like Baldoni, The PR move is to project humility, deflecting scrutiny. Is this genuine or strategic? The audience's applause feels prompted, hinting at skepticism. Why lean on sincerity now? The clip suggests Blake's aware of her power, using it to shape perception while dodging accountability. Her triumph's clear, but authenticity's questionable.
Plus sign came up.
I'm certainly going to respect that you're in a position where you can't talk about it more. And I think a lot of people hoped we would talk about it more, but I think we gave them that crushed ice thing. And
Yeah,
that's
no,
more
no,
than gonna
I
make
think
up
that's
for
what
it.
they came for.
I think they're going to be there like, oh, thank God. We were like, there were two things we wanted to talk about, and they did that. They did the first song in Frozen. We were obviously.
The host's ice talk quip diffuses drama, letting Blake skate through unscathed. This clip highlights her relief as the audience chuckles, sealing her win. The PR strategy is humor as deflection, keeping her image intact. Is this charm or cowardice? The crowd's light laughter suggests they're entertained but not fooled. Why pivot to jokes over truth? Blake's cool demeanor holds, but the clip hints at a missed chance for real talk, preserving her curated narrative.
You can see her like, thank you so much. Like, thank you for following the script. Watch this.
Blake's fervent thank you and tight grip on the host's hand close the interview, her relief palpable. This clip shows her triumph. She's dodged the drama, preserving her narrative. The PR move is gratitude as armor, projecting warmth to mask control. Is this heartfelt or performative? The audience's applause feels routine, hinting at disengagement. Why lean on theatrics over substance? Blake's won today, but the clip suggests her empire is built on fragile optics.
Drama. And I don't know if you've seen the news lately, Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively, they're everywhere. We cannot open any website with any entertainment news without seeing them. Wearing something different in every photo, in every occasion, and posing in front of the paparazzi, signing autographs, smiling, being happy, and feeling popular.
Blake and Ryan are everywhere. Paparazzi shots, fan autographs, outfit changes galore. Blake's white dress isn't fashion, it's a billboard for innocence. Nothing's accidental here. Every pose, every ruffle is a move to push Baldoni's lawsuit off Google's radar. But the cracks are showing. Baldoni's team has subpoenaed Blake's texts and emails, and those could unravel her story. She's on Seth Meyers, dodging hard questions with vague highs and lows nonsense, while the audience claps on cue. It's Twilight-level manipulation, and real victims aren't buying it.
Yesterday, I was a little bit shocked, I have to say, that she actually went on a talk show. This is her first sit-down interview since she sued Justin Baldoni. And of course, she arrived in style in a white gown or dress. White is the color of innocence. I don't think that was a coincidence. I don't think anything with Blake Lively right now.
Blake's claiming she's a voice for silenced women, but the video calls it out. Survivors of real abuse find her accusations offensive. Hair sniffing, trailer awkwardness, that's not trauma, it's a power grab. She's cosplaying as a feminist hero while Baldoni's career crumbles. The audience's applause feels forced, like a Frozen sequel nobody asked for. Ryan's no better, hogging the mic at Green Day's event, signing Deadpool posters while the band fades into the background. This couple's empire thrives on optics, but the subpoena's a ticking bomb. The video gets spicy about Blake's Time 100 Gala speech, where her mom allegedly asked Ryan, "Should I cry?" It's pure theater, caught on camera. Blake's na miyalin saik? Tale of her mom's near-death experience feels scripted, not heartfelt. The audience claps, but it's hollow, like Seth Meyers' crowd. Ryan's at the Walk of Fame, turning Green Day's moment into a Deadpool promo. The couple's everywhere, but it's not love, it's survival. Baldoni's evidence, texts, emails, could blow their narrative apart. Is this empire untouchable, or is it crumbling?
And I think for all, like I said, for all real victims out there, just watching her sitting up there in her little princess dress, talking about victims, by the way. Someone sent me this video today.
Blake's Another Simple Favor premiere is a flop, with reviews calling it a mess. Washington Post gave it 1 star, and IMDb shut down ratings because fans were tanking it to protest Blake. Anna Kendrick's carrying the film while Blake's barely in it, yet her name's plastered everywhere. Even on a poster across from her building, Ryan's stealing Green Day's spotlight because sharing's not his thing. The video says it's all optics, not talent. The subpoena's looming, and those texts could be a bombshell. Can Blake's charm outshine the truth?
It's so humorous when publications are showing us a photo of a person, and so we can see what they're wearing, and then they're explaining to us like we are blind what she's wearing. But if we were blind, we couldn't read it.
The media's complicit, fawning over Blake's outfits like they're national treasures. People. Magazines describing every curl, every ruffle, while ignoring Baldoni's side. Blake's white dress is a shield, keeping eyes off the lawsuit. Ryan's turning Green Day's event into a Deadpool circus, signing posters for fans who brought them to a Walk of Fame ceremony. The video calls it ego, not charm. The couple's empire looks solid, but it's fragile. The audience is tepid. Applause at Seth Meyers hints at cracks. Is this couple's narrative bulletproof? Or is the truth sneaking through?
Lily's signature blonde hair was done in a half up, half down style with large, loose curls. Can you imagine being a journalist and you have to sit and do stuff like this? Write what's on this photo.
This is Hollywood's playbook. Create a scandal, control the narrative, profit. Blake's thriving with the media eating out of her hand. The video shows how she and Ryan flood the internet with positivity, paparazzi shots, talk show charm. But Baldoni's evidence is waiting, and the subpoena could spill their texts. One leak, and their empire could crash like a bad sequel. Blake's white dress and Ryan's quips are distractions, but the truth's stubborn. You don't need to be a Hollywood insider to see the game. What's your take? Can they keep this up, or is the curtain falling? What's your take on Blake's narrative? Is she the victim she claims, or a master strategist dodging accountability? Are you buying her charm, or do Baldoni's receipts? Texts, emails, witnesses make you question her story? Drop your thoughts below and let's unpack this Hollywood saga. Who's really pulling the strings, and will the truth break through her PR machine? Blake's late-night appearance is a masterclass in Hollywood optics, but it's not about truth, it's about power. She spun drama into gold, burying Baldoni while cementing her untouchable status. Yet the whispers, insiders, evidence, skepticism grow louder. Is her empire as solid as it seems? One leak could unravel it all. Hollywood's complicit, but the public's not obligated to buy in. The truth's out there, waiting.